I'm not excited for the Switch 2 in any capacity. I had an original Switch, and I didn't need an OLED because the Switch is fun with or without you don't. It was fun. Bigger screen or better or better resolution is fine. But my problem with Nintendo is, for me, it's for everyone else, it's not a big thing. But the rumor is the graphic upgrade to this is like PS4 level.
It's still behind.
Still behind. And while for everyone else, I get you don't need good graphics for a game to be fun. And I 1,000,000% agree. Because there are games that were on the Switch that grab my attention and make me want to, I'm sorry, excuse me. Is it because it doesn't come with
a gravy dispenser?
Keep going.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a David thing? With gravy?
No, there's nothing related to furries. Dave would be okay. Anyways, continue.
Oh, okay. Well, it's so...
I mean, because I get what you're saying,
Wait,
and
so-
I don't disagree
so
either.
graphics.
But it's like,
Well, not even just the graphics for me. The issue is, okay, well, maybe.
well,
Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise came out on the Nintendo Switch. Monster Hunter World came out on the PS4 and Xbox, whatever the fuck it was at the time, a One or Xbone or something stupid the Xbox did where it didn't make any money. So...
what, like the Kinect or something?
So whatever, that stupid thing that they spent all that money on, then a whole bunch of people had to
that
get
they tried
fired
to force
for that
you to
too.
have when you get an Xbox One.
Make sure, hey, get your Xbone, get the Kinect, but we're gonna fire 37,000 people in Microsoft anyway because they didn't sell anything.
Yeah.
But the Monster Hunter World was revolutionary because Monster Hunter never looked that good. Characters were always blocky or just, because they were basic. Monster Hunter was synonymous with like way older PlayStation or Nintendo products like the Wii or the GameCube, things like that, or mostly handhelds. And so when we got Monster Hunter on the PlayStation and Xbox, it was revolutionary. And the world, like the leaves were moving and it was an online game. You can play with friends and the monsters were so not realistic looking, but everything had
more
attention
believable,
to detail,
more detail,
right.
yeah.
Graphically, it changed the realm of things Capcom could do. Because Capcom was always looked at as like Mega Man, Devil May Cry, Street Fighter. Right. You had Monster Hunter, but it was like a handheld feeling type game. It didn't make you be like, God damn, I got to get online tonight with the boys and do some Monster Hunter.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you about to make me step out of character because first of all, there will be no. Are you bad mouthing Monster Hunter?
No,
not in the slightest.
That's the opposite, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. He's a One Piece fan. This is how they are sometimes. It's cool.
I was asking a question.
No,
This is literally the same scenario as that video.
No, it wasn't.
One Piece fans tend to squabble first and then ask logical questions.
That was the question.
Okay, hold on. So here's and also I have to get something to drink.
Turn that down or something.
But so here's the thing though, and Sergeant Venom, it's
brought
not
that back
about the
just in
new
time.
design. The design of the system is completely fine. My problem is that I was talking about what I just told you of Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise wanted to do the same thing. When the game first came out, people were excited because it was Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
But less fans wanted to play the game over time because the grass was not flowing. The rocks and the waterfalls and all of that. The game, it looked very bland. And so they remade Monster Hunter Rise for the PC and the PS5.
And Xbox.
And Xbox. And so things, even though they still had some choppy moments, it still looked really amazing.
It looked
and
great,
so,
but the movesets were way better than what they
Yeah,
had.
movesets
before.
were like
Everybody got responses.
I got
so Asia has
first and
one.
foremost-
No, I'm simply going to be.
I understand you want me to hide it. I'm not saying I shouldn't.
I simply want to moderate and make sure that this doesn't get violent.
Oh, no. It's about to get violent up in here.
I would hope that it doesn't. So, as the sword master here,
We got wires, y'all. What's going
My
on?
legs.
we have to
Gotta
stretch.
stretch. Someone redeem stretch.
Sorry, somebody redeemed stretch, so we gotta.
I did. Wow.
There we go. So,
Why are things popping on him when he's dancing?
Listen,
Tori, put your mic a little bit higher.
as the sword master here, Joe?
Yes, obviously it's not going to be as graphically powerful as a trash box or a PlayStation or a PC. Not even close.
powerful as a
That's a
trash.
given because that's always been Nintendo. They've made their consoles less powerful, but they've made them affordable, both for the consumer and I'm sure for the developer. I'm sure it's a lot easier to develop on a Nintendo console than it is a PlayStation. It's less costly, stuff like that. It's good for the industry. It's fine. At the end of the day, even if it's not graphically as powerful, like I said, I've got a Metroid mod on Returnal right now. The game looks beautiful. But, there's a part of me that wishes, I wish Metroid Dread looked like this. However, Metroid Dread still looks beautiful. The same way that Metroid Prime on the GameCube looked beautiful. Nobody complained about that shit then because it was just good and the game played well. If the games are fun, if they're polished, that's another thing. Nintendo delivers on the polish. When is the last time you have ever heard any articles about a Mario game releasing as a buggy, unfinished mess with loot boxes and on-disc DLC? You don't hear it because
You're
there's
right.
a standard
You're
of
right.
quality
You
from
don't,
Nintendo.
You don't hear that from Mario, but you know what you do hear that for?
Which one?
Pokemon.
Okay, yeah. fair enough.
Pokemon.
But here's what I'll
Pokemon
say.
be glitching.
Now here's what I'll say.
Pokemon be. You might as well be playing something. You might as well be playing the beta.
Now, here's my gripe with the Switch 1 in this regard. So, Bayonetta 3, I really love that game, but
Choppy.
that's the problem. So that's where the limitations of the hardware are starting to kick it. We ain't
And
gonna
that-
talk. Here's
well,
the thing.
that's
We ain't
what-
gonna talk about Mortal Kombat 1 because they should.
I was see. Look,
here's the-
I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't
they-
gonna use
But the
that
thing
tonight.
is, they shouldn't have even ported that to
They
the
shouldn't have
Switch
made it in the first place. I agree
Exactly.
with you. But
Call of Duty
you've
as
just
well.
named 4 games, and that is the reason why I'm saying I don't think the Switch 2 will be bad. I still think it's going to sell great.
Right.
But me personally, now we're in 2025. And I think a lot of new people to gaming,
Samus came first. But
even
okay.
for Samus definitely. What are they talking about?
Called Samus a female Mega Man. Blasphemous, but Chandika, you cool. So I'm gonna let it slide this time.
Either way.
But if you tripping again, you might have
way.
to hit that band hammer. Continue, my brother.
Don't do Janika.
All I'm saying is that there are a lot of people now that like a lot of people understand the power of PC gaming. Joe, recently, not too recently, but recently,
Relatively recently.
you became one of them.
Yeah.
And I personally, instead of getting a Switch 2, I'd rather just beef up my PC.
That's fine. And here's the
Because-
thing. And here's the thing for me, where for me as a lifelong Nintendo fan, Nintendo has always been my favorite. Metroid is my all-time favorite anything of all time ever because of this game, Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance. But from where I've been on the lifespan of the Switch, it took me forever to even get one. I got one from you because you stopped playing yours.
Switch?
Yep.
And the reason that I got it, because there were great games that I could have played.
Yeah.
I could have played ports of games like Fast Racing Neo, Bayonettas 1 and 2.
Yep.
What's it called? Mario Odyssey or the Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But I specifically got my Switch for Metroid Dread. That was the game I've been waiting for like over almost 20 years. So when I had that game that I needed, even though it was probably not the best time for me to get it because I was probably still poor, but I got it and now I'm satisfied. But even then, I don't even really dive into my Switch that much because most of the time I'm playing on PC. But that's the thing is when I need that Nintendo goodness, I have it.
Well, there's the other issue that I have with Nintendo.
Go for it.
Replayability for certain games because the online is very bad.
Yeah.
And you can fix that where there's the little adapter that you can buy to make it so that
Like a
it's
LAN
wired.
cable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the LAN cable. So that's good at least. But these are the things that I'm nitpicking to hope that Nintendo hears.
Yeah.
And these are things that they step up. Like I don't make fun
I mean,
I don't
I feel
make
like,
fun of
yeah.
Xbox without giving pointers of what they can do. I bring up all the things that they fail at.
Oh, nothing but
then-
prejudice
which is
over here for Xbox.
But there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of failure. But then there's things that they've also done to correct a few things that I like to harp on. And it just when it comes to Nintendo, I want to see more options for replayability because I understand that when it comes to Japan, they don't see the things that we do here in America. For them, online was not that huge of a deal until maybe about 5 or 6 years ago.
I mean, keep in mind too,
because-
we're talking about a country and neighboring countries that still have like a thriving arcade.
Yes, they still
Very different
they can still
environment,
do
yeah.
things locally, and
Exactly.
so for them, yeah, go outside and play with your friends and stuff like that. Their local scenes for things still pop off.
Exactly.
Us here, we're very get off with my boy, my ninja, my all the words.
The trash can's that way.
Don't you
realize
dare. That
Real
that
quick.
is
David,
that.
Can we-
I know David had a point.
I
though.
do, but can we respond to the chat real quick?
Oh.
Could you go through a couple?
I'm talking
of
about switching Nintendo advertising Donkey Kong Country the remake.
Wait, who said that? Could you read the names too?
I'm sorry. Master Lynch 9 said that. Fading Jack. I mean, she does have an arm cannon and wears blue. As far as the Samus part goes, compared to Mega Man,
She wears but
she has an arm cannon and wears blue.
but still, you know
well,
what?
she doesn't always wear blue. But,
Not always.
Can you press-
Usually she wears orange.
But then
that's
technically,
like-
Mega Man doesn't always wear blue either.
True, but
he can-
either way, Samus would wash Mega Man. Not even no question. GG, no refunds. That's
GG, no refund.
David, what were you about to say?
Oh, I was going to say, so Derek, I do think you bring up a valuable point. I mean, every game system, of course, has a critique we can make. Of
course.
The online is a fair critique, but I will say, I do think that when it comes to Nintendo's online, may not be up to par, not be that great, but I think they make up for it in their local multiplayer, and that's something that any other consoles have no multiplayer. In all honesty, most games on, no shade to PS5 and Xbox, a lot of them can't even handle 4-player split screen because the graphics are pushed so hard, so they have to take it out of a lot of games.
you saw the
And
trouble
so-
that we had with Sparking Zero to do split screen.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
why
like,
I'm saying I agree. That's why I was saying locally. I felt like Japan. That's what Japan sees. At the end of the day, no matter what, I don't care if it's Nintendo of America or whatever. Nintendo is a Japanese company, and they do things based off what they take their products and they go to stores with them and they pass them out. They put them in places where people can test them and try them out and not even in big places in Tokyo. They go to the outskirts, the
rural-
Japanese like game store in rural Osaka. Like not even near no big outlet malls or nothing. And then they send a thing out to people online. You want to play the Nintendo Switch 2? Come to this month on this day
Why
at
did my
this time.
why did my thoughts go back to the old commercials from Nintendo of like, we would like to play?